To fight with the wrong kind of
Guerilla Tactics is a standard Schirru Milva version, and then we have a Wolfsbane variant of the triple Idealist, but that was banned, so no need to worry about that.
Okay, and we are in the first game, Hidden Cache, going against the Guerilla Tactics Schirru Milva. So, yeah, I mentioned that if your engines and your pieces are getting killed left and right, you are in trouble. And let's see how Lerio manages that. Because if something survives, it can just snowball to a victory. Okay. Let's see, and we start slowly with the coin generation on the first tax collector. 1 coin per turn is not really scary.
Yeah, so ideally Syndicate just wants a long round 3. So you'd love to try and establish some kind of tempo pass in the round 1, but that could be kind of difficult. But yeah, maybe Madame could do so.
So we're seeing Maxi here. There is double chariot somewhere starting from like 6 card, which is not really the great. And Dennis and Mahakompas are at the bottom as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're reshuffling, but Truzky took his time because with all the thinning that can be possibly done with Seamless and Tornado and the Frenzied DAO, you might actually thin more or less into a decent deck, and maybe you don't need to reshuffle it all. Because it's better to know what and when you draw occasionally than just rely on the random mulligans, even if it's like not completely perfect in terms of drawing.
Yeah. And quite interested because you see the double Armor's Workshop in hand for Truzky. Typically that's what you try to reserve for the Simless, but maybe just to be able to contest this round you need to play the Armor's Workshops here to just have something playable, which could force the Simless onto double backup plan. And very nice placement here by Lerio to play around to the Catwitch Saboteur, but 6 power plays perfectly into the Rock Barrage coming out for the Frenzied DAO.
Never have.
There's quite a bit of tempo coming out from Truzky.
So, yeah, answers one of the townsfolk. Of course, there are more engines to drop. Saul hasn't been around for years now, and this is his time to shine. Maybe for only a couple of turns, depending on how deep we are going into the round. Of course, Lerio could have protected the townsfolk, buffing it with the leader, right? Last turn as well. The leader is still not clicked, but decided not to. Played perfectly into the rogue barrage.
Might have been a bit worried about like over profiting in that case.
Yeah. So we see an early Oniro into an offering. We're buffing Schirru. Yeah, Schirru goes to 5. Well, a lot of things in this deck can go. 2-5, Slice Duck. Although, yeah, we have Slice Duck resistant deck, and that's not really very easy to line up with all the cards, because they keep boosting if there is multiple versions of them, copies of them on the board. Not that trivial to set up the Schirru, especially if you are like tutoring Schirru, because that's also potentially procs them. But at the same time, you might boost them even higher and line up something spicy. We see a Heatwave over the COC because 2 10 power units were on the board. So I guess Truzky just wanted to remove the engine.
Yeah. So now with the townsfolk gone, the tax collector and the soul, there really is no more engine potential really in hand here for Lerio, like unless you maybe play the Novigrad, but it's probably a little bit too slow in this kind of case. Maybe it could be fine. No, ups for the past.
Okay, so Lerio says that he has enough value in his cards to overwhelm the control. And yeah, he gives the keys to round 1 to Truzky, who takes it quite cheaply here and just spending 4p bronze. So this Lerio's deck is running double Slice Doctors and double Peaches, so there is no necessity to mulligan them, but well,
if you have two of them.
We see that the second one comes into deck, and 2 of them is no-go because you have the Madame Marquise Serenity, thinning a Slice Doctress and the Peaches if the tribute is being paid. Truzky doesn't break his signals.
Yes, I'm curious what these backup plans will be used for. It is going to be really nice for Lerio now. There is no answer for the Novigrad. It is going to be guaranteed 1 coin per turn for the rest of the game here. And oh, we just go long round. Interesting.
Not even Mahakam Puzzle dropped. Yeah, that's actually a bit curious. But here we go. Truzky believes that he has enough answers to all that Novigrad has to offer. So yeah, full purse of coins carried over to round 3, or halved and carried over to Lerio. Has 4 extra points hidden in the graveyard now. Has 10, 12, he didn't pay any tributes yet. Yeah, finds bricks, hopefully doesn't get double Peaches from the mulligans, but avoids that. One of them doesn't hurt.
That's the Peaches now. Like, yeah, sure, you haven't bricked the Madame, but you're missing both Treasure Huntresses. You're missing your Hevita and Lydia.
Yeah.
And also no bank.
So, yeah, the payoff card, or like the enabler of this deck, the Treasure Huntress, is lost somewhere there in the deck, sadly.
I want to see, like, it's really important to just get this townsfolk to stick for at least 1 turn. And with the heat wave out, there's a bit more flexibility in being able to actually do so.
But
So it's just
do we see the Schirru just coming and wiping
seems
this?
like a very good shooter.
This is, yeah. I'll do what you've done for a cheaper price, Schirru. Boom, lovely. Or is it a bait from Lerio, saying that now my other stuff is sticking? Well, as you mentioned, the treasure hunter is in the deck, so that's not a threat. Well, Truzky doesn't know it, but decides that, yeah, wiping 3 engines in one go is good enough. Holy lemon? Okay, we can use that as an expression, why not, Matol?
I'm not sure. How do you go forward here as Lerio? Like, that should be devastating. Just having your Madam completely wiped out. You can set up your bronze engines. That seems alright, like not amazing. Do you set up a spender?
Well, we get one from
The simplest methods yield the best results.
yeah, from Novigrad, a 5 provision spender.
You got a sea base.
And
swimming
another
in breaches.
engine dropped. Well, it's at 5, but Schirru can't hurt it anymore.
No, this
Schirru
placement
already.
feels
Yeah. Sorry.
a bit bad because the Cache Saboteur would just kill this brawler. Like if you had played this Peaches maybe back row next to the boat, you would have been safe from a potential Saboteur play. Or at least would have required a bit more commitment or something of the kind. Well, I mean, yeah.
Blood! Blood!
Okay, so some dwarf-on-dwarf violence here with Berserker just trying to start up a brawl, and Brawler is just happy to get into that fight.
Oh, that's.
So they're just pinging one another, but in a friendly manner it seems, because nobody is getting killed in that fight.
So this feels like a very likely just similar double backup plan. If you wipe out the townsfolk, this Eagle the Hook is a lot less scary.
Yeah. So that's 4 damage, and if necessary, if you missed all the damage, you just get your leader value or leader charge onto that, but yeah.
Go. Kill achieved.
Yeah, two of them, 2 engines
Roll it
done,
in.
or spender engine done as well, so
Yeah.
backup plans pretty good coming from Seamless. If you find your good targets as well. Sometimes it's just a 4-point body, but more often than not, you have your cheap damage available. And now, Igor is doing something on in the passive flora, basically. He goes.
Yeah. He's given up trying to run a Fire Club now. It's just, yeah, working for the Passiflora, get some more peaches, maybe a fruit vendor now. On the other hand, I wonder if there's much fruit in Mahakam, because we see another Berserker coming out, so even more armor. This chariot has just been sitting still in Truzky's hand, but soon enough it'll get played to start getting a bit more armor onto the Berserkers and helping to set up this Dense Crammer, which can be tutored from the Neuromancy by Truzky.
So King of Beggars is at 4. You should get Morale's value on a tall or armored door, even if it's not tall yet. You basically know the 2 tall units that gonna be available for morale anyway.
Yeah, like that Berserk is basically a 10, despite having 6 armor.
So you have coins, you can create more of the peaches. You need some coins in the bank though for them to grow, and that's only 1 per turn.
You could play Seductress and copy Seductress, or just hold to keep the peaches ticking.
So yeah, the rest of Truzky's hand is, besides the Curse of Corruption, is wholesome points on his side of the board, unless he decides to go for Neuromancy offensive, but there is still Leader that, well, hopes to find some value combined with Milva. None comes at the moment.
I wonder if this is even the morale. I mean, this chariot would end up getting quite a bit of value. It's basically, what, 7 plus 5 here?
Yeah, there was a
think,
line
like,
of dealing with this Berserker when the junior, but basically that doesn't really matter because yeah, if you're leaving Chariot unanswered, that's the 2 units getting armored, and one of them is working like 1 per turn engine anyway. And yeah, as you predicted, we see that Moril's coming down and just killing a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have spent taking the King of Beggars up to like
Well, above
maybe
1.
2 points.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
better
I mean,
to get him at
3
least at 3.
Yeah,
But
3
I
isn't
guess-
great because it gives them automatic kill for the Milva,
Yeah.
but 1 also just means you can use the Milva or the leader on anything else. And now another leader charge would be enough to kill the Slice Seductress. So yeah, I think just putting King of Beggars onto 2 would have been slightly better there.
Yeah.
Like,
I trust no one. Never have.
and then just hope to snipe the Eagle with a Berserker and just make it impossible to get any usage out of the Insanity. Does miss, but Lerio has 3.
That's not really a good spend anymore with no coins left
Not
in bank,
really.
turning off your like newly generated and 2 existing engines.
Yeah.
We don't see
Yeah.
Flying Redanian getting hated on. Alternatively, that would have been the damage sink of, from the Berserker, so that Lerio could renew it later into the round, but no, that doesn't happen, and well, there is a
Truzky
6
playing
and
quite well.
9 point place on those workshops, but considering the Cranmer is coming later, it's a lot of value. Although, yeah, the Berserkers don't know what they are getting. They try to spend their armor instead of just keeping it in points.
Yeah. There is a bit of Andy synergy there for sure.
Okay. It wasn't a rope. We see the unit drop in. Yeah.
I think the offering is used, so at this point, I think he was just considering maybe what control options there were. The Oxenfurt Guard pretty safe, Curse until Peaches.
Yeah, Lerio being some points behind, having a 4-point unit in hand doesn't really scream I'm winning this match.
No, it doesn't really, does it?
So we might see this hidden cache in action later on. Is my bold prediction.
I'm sad to see that we see the hidden cache not having a fun time this game, but I'm excited at the prospect of getting to see more of it.
Yes, yeah, there was a potential line of turning the COC off if you spent coins and Peaches are not buffing. There was an 8 on Truzky's side of the board as well.
Yeah. I think but that was largely because the vial... I think the vial was only used because these Peaches were going too big. And,
No, I think the previous turn it would have been possible, right? The Peaches was at 8 and the Archer was also at 8. But now the
maybe
COC is gone and Truzky is starting boosting. While, yeah, Lerio is just playing another spender here.
It's coinage.
So doesn't even get there without the last spot.
It's so demoralizing when the opponent could just pass without playing their last card and you're just so far behind. You can't.
But yeah, that's game 1. goes well for Truzky, doesn't really work out for Lerio. This was the first game of the series. On
You are here as a
blue.
diversion.
But yeah.
For my
Ah, we
pleasure
get
alone.
more hidden cache immediately.
It's not really hidden this deck, it's quite in the open here. It's
Yeah,
immediate
it's in the
2
open.
bricks.
Truzky doesn't have the Damn Sork to combine with the Immortals yet, has an Aeromancy. This Regis combo.
It has to
It's kind of stuck in the deck. It's not
Oh,
really
yeah,
a combo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have to make a decision between either playing the Regis or getting the damn Sorceress, but you don't have the Curse Knight anyways to transform the Regis, so I don't know if you really want to play the Regis here.
Yeah, Lady of the Lake with AA also stuck in the
Oh,
deck.
that's stinching.
So no way to make it work.
Early townsfolk, but yeah, I think Lerio just wants to win this round. I think the long round should be a bit better for Lerio.
Outside of Heatwave, I don't think there was anything that deals with the townsfolk as well, right?
Yeah, I mean Aaron that can later on.
Yeah,
but
later on, but not here. And
Not
there
right
are once
now.
again no creates. So
yeah, there is Spores, which kind of retroactively deals with the townsfolk, but it doesn't stop it being a valid target for the Ego of the Hook.
here we get two wholesome decks just playing to their side of the board at the moment, developing some engines. We see Truzky going for Damned Sword directly over grabbing Lady of the Lake into AA. I guess that's a lot of tutors down the drain, but at the
Yeah,
same
also
time,
maybe attempting to bluff. There's still access to the second tutor. Get another damn sorceress if need be. Let me see there. Here's the treasure huntress. Now we get to start the pyramid scheme. So we go up to 9 coins, you get the horde required for the treasure huntress to infuse townsfolk. And now we start recycling those coins. But this damn sorceress is kind of scary now, especially with the extra infusion being added to the immortals. And you can't just use a Horson to kill anything here. All 3 units on Truzky's front row is quite safe. Maybe go for a Morels onto the immortals. I don't hate that. It should be enough to give you the round win. Instead, we see the Eagle getting committed.
What do you think?
yeah, and the scheme is working, but sadly for Igor, he's kind of becoming a target. So this is the first buff that Northern Realms Ballista is getting, but they get a pretty important member of the pyramid immediately.
You don't take a hook to a Knight's Duel. You're just gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, so a bit unfortunate
Like
there.
that's the definition of insanity right there.
You good, very good. So are we seeing that Morels that you were calling for last turn?
Maybe.
If you want to win the round, do you have enough otherwise?
Yeah. But if you use the Morels now, then you don't really have a great answer for, like, Bronwyn the Bold coming out with the scenario later on. Like, I wonder if Lerio just needs to bleed out the scenario here, basically. Also, if you are able to get the round win here, you do manage to banish the Regis. That's another reason to push quite hard. And yeah. Quite a sad second Treasure Huntress here, basically just being played for the profit value.
Okay, so the Bronze Knights can avoid getting into the Syndicate Pyramid coin scheme so far. Keeping up. There is still another errand to drop. But your Necromancy and your Scenario, definitely not the cards you want to spend here as the NR player. So Heatwave you can consider on a troll unit, maybe like that last resort of stopping Lerio's attempts at winning the round 1. Man, this infusion is broken.
Yeah, it's insane, this synergy with the Immortals. That's the only thing that's actually keeping Truzky in this round right here. I could see the horse and being used to finish off this, or not really finish off, just kill this Knight Errant.
So how many coin infusions do we have at the moment? 3? 4? 4.
4.
And did we see that?
Note the placement here with the soul and the peaches behind all the infusions. So the infusions trigger first, before the soul and the passy peaches, to give them a better ability to get their horde at the end of each turn. There's the heat wave from Truzky, so there goes one of the townsfolk and one of the infusions as well.
And now if Morils is getting dropped here, that's well, KOB is not triggered because there are not that many bronze triggers, so not at all. So you get your 20-30 point play, and both sides have engines triggering. But yeah, Truzky's hand is unplayable. Although, yeah, he got his errand in the graveyard, so not actually true. Necromancy is available. Lerio, though, opting into a slow play here. Basically letting Truzky out.
Yeah,
but as we
still
said,
be able to win the round, but not win on even.
But does Truzky believe in this offer? Or he goes for his Necro? We have this Regis Bloodlust, so when it's in your hand or in the deck, it banishes itself. Yeah, round continues. There is no stopping those wholesome engines, even though if there is occasional heatwave and Moril being dropped, they just want their points.
Yeah, I think that Necromancy makes it clear there is no Regis in Truzky's hand. Like, there's a lot of cards you would much rather play before the Necromancy, especially when the opponent has no graveyard punish.
And yeah, Lerio goes into the
Knowing
offensive
that-
here, getting ahead by 1 billion points, and Truzky has to pass.
So, Pyramid scheme complete.
And now you know that your opponent has this scenario potentially available, although the gap was wide enough that any card would have struggled to catch up. But yeah, Lerio most likely tries to push this out.
Yeah, like the fact that we... Yeah. Like he played the Necromancy, which means that card which was next to the Necromancy has to be nigh unplayable there. And yeah, like you'd heavily be expecting that scenario to be in hand. So I don't even know if you really need to put that much pressure points-wise onto the board here. If you're able to just bleed down sort of low, you can make it quite awkward for the scenario for Truzky. Because if there's a scenario on the bottom of the board, if you just get one of them out, then that's quite powerful.
I suppose there is a slight issue for Lerio of having a short round as well. because he needs
Yeah.
to find his madame. Other cards are basically engines that are not doing much on their own.
That's the problem with this kind of hidden cache list. You don't have a short round.
So shortening around is not that great.
No. I think with scenario out, are you happy with that? Because now, like, you're not getting your card back. The question is, do you think it's worthwhile to try to force a little bit more out? I mean,
Yeah, that's the question. You got your payoff. You know that your opponent still has Maiden's Shield and Tyrantite. Well, with how round 1 went, Lerio more or less is aware that Tyrantite has been growing because Truzky's engines were getting ahead of his most of the time, especially with Lerio not even pushing on this win on even idea for the first couple of turns. Yeah, and decides that developing the carryover is enough. And getting the scenario is even more important than this Novigrad on the board.
yeah, you need Madam, and even something like Hivita and Lydia should be quite nice here. They could even... They could high roll a kill onto Bronwyn the Bold, by the way.
Yeah, but do we have another winner in not finding his cards in Syndicate? Oh, that's the mulligan. That's the skill that you'll have to see in the tournament. Madame present, active for the tribute. KOB is in deck as well.
Goodbye, Bert.
But yeah, the Flying Redanian being in the meta means that Squirrel got another target to interact with.
Yes, my gallant knight.
Looks like some light
Here's
reading.
the Madame, bringing out all the Passy friends, and the King of Beggars, maybe the benefactor of the Passiflora, and decides to actually play around the threat of a
There is
Sentient Knight
no
this time, but I think there's
Sentient Knight
one.
anymore, yeah. The only
Sentient Knight
problem,
in
there
this
was
list.
none. But yeah, please answer those engines now. I developed a couple in one turn. Please deal with them now.
Curious, what is this Arendite going to hit? Are you still scared of something like this, Hivita and Aldia? I'm gonna keep butchering that name. Would you rather just answer like a peach or a Stush or something of the kind? You just develop a Maiden's Shield and hope it.
I guess with your line of Oniro into Lady, into AA, into yeah, a unit, Slice Seductress is your biggest problem with them
Nothing
being
tickles my
bonded.
tits quite like a good
So
Yeah.
might just see the Irondite right here, right now. But that's
And then-
not really beneficial to Bronwyn. Oh yeah,
You
you
might see the
can.
Arendite
So, yeah.
trigger the Bronwyn.
Yeah,
to
I meant
enable
a
an-
combination of Bronwyn and Irondite, but yeah,
Yeah.
you can go for this now.
Yes, like I think, yeah, you just use the Arendite here to get the Bronwyn infusion, which can then be used on the Maiden's Shield. It gives you another chance to use Leader on the Maiden's Shield. Then you can follow it up with the Vial and the Mad Charge.
Yeah, and you're basically
It,
not scared of going tall whatsoever. Moriels is out, and other than that, there's nothing.
I mean, you could get a poison from Novigrad and High Roller, failed experiment from Plunder, but that is
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There is a universe where that actually happens to someone.
yeah. So here's the Are there many more tributes remaining? Not really. Gosh, imagine if this Bronwyn was left and then you got like a Salamage. Mage. That would have been so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
You feel it, I sense it, I smell it.
Okay. How many points is this an hero? About 15. And the Bronwyn infusion is actually also OP with vitality, double dipping as well. So I think Truzky is not playing around getting poisoned anymore after the Novigrad click happened.
No.
He definitely was keeping that somewhere in his mind,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's not scared anymore. So Entrance is nice and all, but your cards in your hand are not too
Not
exciting.
Welcome back, Geralt of Rivia.
This Madam is kind of pairing really nicely though with this townsfolk to get a lot of extra point in.
Yeah, that's true. Even if the Slice Doctor's bonded synergy was ruined for extra points, the Madame was on the board this whole time.
Can...
One man's battlefield
I
is
think...
another man's
Wait, does
right.
Lerio actually have this? This is gonna be close.
Well, there is what, 10, 11, 12 points. So yeah. Ah yeah, and the night boosts, but he should have it. So a 47-point night is not enough.
Very well played, Cache. Super happy to see that go through.
Yeah. We always love to see this type of deck getting brought early into the patch. Wanted to look at Truzky's pirate list because there is a secret to it. He is not using 10 provisions, but we'll just see it in action right here, right now. So yeah. Lerio actually brings the Rain deck, and as you predicted in one of the universes, Rain is taking on blue coin here against the...
Look. I basically got it right since I had no faith in my prediction, which was wrong. So, you know, it's good enough. A lot of bricks though for Lerio here. Using up like all the mulligans onto the Anglerfish, bricked Crow Messengers. But this is a fixable hand with the Curse Scroll. Maybe this is part of why you're running the Curse Scroll, because there's a lot of issues you need to deal with.
Truzky has his Tempest ready for Tedin. We see that there is no ponies, Unicorn and Kyranex are missing, but yeah, there should be a highlight on the Truzky's signifying that he's not using full provisions.
But and this Raging Bear kind of sad. Bit of anti-synergy with the musicians because normally you can play him first in the round without needing to damage an allied unit. But these musicians decide to just fly out and run right into the way of a Raging Bear.
So this is
Scroll
being used here.
There's no Messenger of the Sea in hand here.
And also no Operator, but there is a Royal Decree. But instead Lerio goes for Delirium. A little bit of Delirio. So grabs that, develops the Melusine Cultist. Ready to start the Rain, but before Rain there is a Fork drop in on both rows. Also yeah, basically musicians sort of activated that fog possibility, but Lerio opted into playing Raging Bear front row. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't think it was correct to play all on, like, to split rows here. I don't see any reason to do so. Maybe, I mean, yeah, no. I don't.
Like the range Corsair having a party, but with all the
Yeah.
beasts jumping out of the deck, I guess you never avoid splitting the rows. It just gave Truzky an opportunity to early Tempest for full value, basically. That's the issue here.
Missing Cultist might get dealt with by the fog. Nice little bit of, I want to say irony. That, yeah, it dies to the type of weather that he cannot control.
Yeah. There is no Melusine to save him in this scenario. Okay, so it's a bird parade here. Truzky should have just predicted Lerio's lineup and run the Crow Messengers with, well, he even has the Alchemy card.
Yeah.
So he was just one step behind on this extra thinning for the Pirates that they so desperately need.
So I think, yeah, like this, the fact that the fog is actually wearing off by now gives a strange Corsair much better time at setting up the Cataclysm. Just see the Maxi.
Yeah, Compass at the bottom, blocked by Royal Decree, and well,
Probably shuffle.
You can run, you can hide.
yeah, other
Is there-
things will get thinned out. So was that a shuffle though? And it didn't
The
analyze
first
it fast enough.
cards didn't look great. Especially like if Truzky wants to play into the round 2, whether expecting a bleed or wanting to bleed himself. I don't think the next 5 cards were that great. So now we see the Kelpie coming down. Nice way to start boosting up a bunch of these beasts.
And yeah, already at... The Pirates were supposed to be the ones who thinned pretty well by the round 3, but Lerio is already at 8 cards in his deck. But yeah, he basically thinned everything outside of his Golden Nekker play. And
Let's get the round.
gets the round, gets his messengers into the graveyard, available for Freya's Blessing, and so far didn't play a single Messenger of the Sea. Also has a pretty decent Flaminica finisher, but yeah, as we talked about Lemons, here he comes into Truzky's hand, so yeah, you cannot really rely on replaying your Flaminica first, and second, your beast counts in the graveyard, your Crow Messengers, if you don't answer that, just gonna evaporate one at a time.
Yeah, there's... Lerio can't even kill this Lemons, which means that this Lemons can basically just slowly wipe out all the unique beasts in Lerio's graveyard, and that would not be very fun.
Do we see Golden Nekker potentially to try and get the Aguara onto a lock?
Maybe.
You cannot really play into that and expect to anything left in your graveyard by the round 3. So was that a Crow Messenger? Yeah, one of them already deleted.
Yeah, it's opting not to go straight for the unique type of beasts, just denying that carry from the Crow Messenger. Now they're back to regular Crow Messengers. Do you...
With Lerio didn't have Max in his list, so he doesn't know how it's sorted. So that's a 33% to get the Agora. I would assume that the Truzky doesn't have any.
Doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the odds you have to take. Like, I think there is reason to do so, so you're able to set up like a double magic compass. Just goes for the Freya's Blessing here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, you kind of do want to just play the Golden Compass here to set up the, sorry, the Golden Nekker to set up the Magic Compass. So you can play it in both rounds. Like, to me that seems great, especially if you can get something from Magic Compass to kill this Lemons. That could be a possibility as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep calling it Golden Compass. I apologize. Ooh, bit of a miss there.
Yeah. And not a great way to reactivate and redact that mistake as well. No real one pink available here. Okay, yeah, and 32% that we talked about. Achieved Lemon's
but she brooks no
stops
insult.
feasting on the graveyard. But there are kind of not that many beasts in the graveyard anyway.
Yeah.
With Freya's Blessing taking some stuff
We dare
out.
not set sail without her blessing.
So those messengers of the sea kind of want to see a change in weather, and at the moment, yeah, not really looking too promising for them. Playing just
What do you compass for here? You could Kelpie got banished, so you can't go for like a Fukushi into Kelpie. You could.
Well, the Fulmar is getting the Kraken is an interesting choice, but that armor gonna be denying you all the value, and we see Truzky's hand with the Vial and couple of specials. Probably not worth it. You'd be happy to just convert in your Rain.
Sea Serpent's not great here.
But the human wasn't also all that brilliant. Wait, is Odkill actually an option? Is it any good? You have 2 blessings, you have
can
some
res
bronzes.
like an Anglerfish and a Raging Bear, but you give him Doom.
Raging Bear
There's a
and
Worm.
probably the Warmonger
Yeah.
over the fish. Man, those non-standard games I enjoy to watch, but yeah, predicting the lines is somewhat harder.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about all the kind of Skellige legendaries. Well, if you're scared of like I mean, the board is not developed for a Commander's Horn, but you could potentially set up a Commander's Horn answer with like what's his name? The bear, the Arch Bear.
Yeah, Arch Bear. Okay, yeah, I get the one that you mean, the Dire Bear.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Okay, so the Golden Nekker is pushed out. Perfect value from the warrior here as well, dealing with the engine.
Double the coin and consider it done.
And now we have that RNR triggered. Oh, Cataclysm, I must say. No Ragnarok. Doesn't look too hot for Lerio here in terms of keeping the card.
Yeah.
Still loses 3 points. The Rain has some problems connecting most likely. Yeah, hits 1 armor.
But sound here doesn't seem, funnily enough, that amazing here for Truzky. Granted, this point gap is huge, but this curse is a self-curse. This Wolfsbane doesn't have many great targets.
Well,
It would if this Serenova gets played. And this Compass is a very bad card right now.
Okay, so first we see that Lerio is not giving Truzky an option to play the full value of Wolfsbane on Syria. So instead just point slams, threatening.
Yeah.
The next card, so Truzky cannot pass, but his only play, as you said, is Wolfsbane, and you can always discard the Compass if you have enough points.
That's true, actually.
There is a Bjorn also being active.
Yeah, and like, worst comes to worst, you can also just cash in your here and Kaduk, click for 3 points. If you just need to get over the line. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you do here, no matter what you do, you'll make it very clear that your hand is quite awkward.
Yeah, okay, so Compass goes into the graveyard.
Nice play.
Does it open the Nova?
Yeah.
So there is a Rain.
Nova gets ahead unless you hit both armors.
And okay, there is no more vitality, and 1 hit is enough. COC is not playable, but Wolfsbane does the job. Do you pick up the Bjorn? No, you can, but
no.
Yeah, the COC with the last save, is good enough.
So you just kill the Curse Flimnica. And yeah, it might be some Compass can be shenanigan. The short round here is much worse. Oh my god. For Lerio, like, you have Axel into Horn, you can get, like, it's Fukusha to get even more golds for the Commander's Horn.
And we've seen Lerio consider if he wants to mulligan into Corrupted Flaminike, he took it. But yeah, her destiny is to meet the COC, most likely. Oddcal for messengers. Hey, Melusine for the Rain synergy, let's go.
Yeah. Hjalmar, I don't think if you choose Hjalmar you would even want to play in front row. Because killing Axel would just give a very good Fukusha target for Truzky. Wait. You get to
choose what you're clashing with. Okay, yeah. Haven't seen that card since forever.
Yeah, I seriously just thought it did like the same thing as Riptide. So now we see the Compass for surprise, surprise. It's a Fukusha.
Yeah, it's always
just
her.
bring back, which
Need a hand? Just chop one off.
Fukusha's so good. Just getting a gold and a bronze to pair up nicely with this Commander's Horn.
Yeah.
And Camby isn't really an option because it doesn't help you get ahead.
Is it Swole Blood? Is it
That would be
worth
the
it?
best choice. But yeah, I mean, the fact that you're not able to actually get any kills
Yeah,
here.
that's
Hem, could Hemdall do it if you kill crows? Maybe get high rolling?
yeah, just high roll 4 pinks into 2 units.
Exactly.
Doesn't sound too good.
I think you'd still lose. Yeah, you'd still lose.
You will weather! You will crumble!
So you give the COC, but no reason for Truzky to take it now. And goes for the buffs, gets ahead even.
Actually, you take the bear, you take the dire bear here.
So that forces
If you take the
COC.
dire bear front row, I mean, I think you still lose. Yeah, you'd still lose because COC answers
Yeah,
the... It doesn't matter, right?
Now I'd want to see the screen from the situation before, but it's kinda... So we have the dire bear.
Yeah, you could... Oh, cow. Like you said, it should be set up. Okay, just blob.
Goes for Blobbity Blob, but with the COC being present, 2 cards in deck, you know that your opponent most likely got there. So, yeah. For those of you searching for confirmation that Compass is not broken at RP and provisions, you can load up another bullet into your gun saying that he played against experimental lists, so that's not really an indicator.
And look, this both players were playing Golden Nekker Magic Compass lists, so you really can't gain anything because they were both playing the Magic Compass, so it's inconclusive.
It's a fact. Okay, so into game 4 we go. That's Truzky's Knights attempting to take on Thrive deck. Not a lot of control in the Knights list, but they greedy themselves, and Cursed or Sinter Knights can get some of the Thrive off the board.
So we see so you see the Immortals, no downed Sorceress, Regis, or Cursed Knight in hand, but there isn't an Aeromancy. Second Mulligan does find Scenario, but no other combo piece. There's your downed Sorceress, so you can play your Regis, but you don't have a way to transform him if you do so.
No predatory dive. This is not a ladder where opponent can surprise you, so yeah, you can just develop your piece. Also plays around the Riptide with its shield. So nothing Lerio can do about it with this hand. And I would assume in general. So Neckers, we see the Cynthia Knight potentially answering one of them, but maybe you keep it, there is no pressing need to kill a 1 when you can kill a 2. But let's see how Lerio plays this Solitaire at the moment. Starting with 1, going for 2.
Yeah, also... Notably, as mentioned, like if you want to get the Regis from the Neomancy, that means that you won't have access to a Knight Errant to get the infusion onto the Immortals. So this Riptide is very sad, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not
Ooh,
its
early
time.
kitty.
Yeah, we see Kitty already developed, guaranteed to trigger all the drives here, since
Yeah.
all Truzky cards at 4. The only one that isn't is potentially coming from an hero, Lady being a 3, but if we are playing that into Amphibious Assault, that's still triggering the drives.
Welcome back, Geralt of Rivia.
Yes, now we'll get the Knight Errant, which, along with the tactical, does give the fusion over.
Whee! 6 points, so good.
Yes. And Thrive has points.
Come closer.
I don't know if those points
Yeah,
are
I
enough.
don't know, like, I believe in what you're saying, Drive do have points, but at the same time, does it really make me think, yes, now Truzky is in a real danger here? I cannot say that, but Drive does have points.
Okay, well, Kitty is basically 5 points per turn, but the problem is the Knights is getting more than 5 points per turn. Yeah. I mean,
We
okay,
can sit
eating
here.
for 5 points, that's just a cackling.
We just can sit here for a little while, and then this cursed damsel grows enough to halve its power and answer one of those engines on the front row. Just
It's,
wait long enough.
It's a lot of Kerpium.
But yeah.
That's an overdose. Yeah, Lerio is doing a very good job getting the Thrive sequencing done quite perfectly here.
Yeah, the numbers, they're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Axe or mace?
I gotta say, I'm very impressed at how Lerio is managing to thrive, and that Squire gets cleaned up by this cursed damsel.
But
I think that is quite fitting with the whole story of the cursed damsel as well. Knights shouldn't try to save this damsel in distress.
yeah, that's not the one. They might regret coming into that manor.
Yeah, speaking of, I wonder if Lear would have actually played the manor if he had access to it this round. But, still needing to find the mana.
Riptide still set, unless played back row. When that doesn't really achieve anything, Fiend is sadly...
Prox thrives.
So do we see... Wait, that's a 12, that's not a 9. I don't know. Has Lerio lost it? He was doing so well. And then he just
Maybe.
played a 12.
Ye who wander on the gale, ye we summon, ye we call.
Oh no, why would you not play? Yeah, at 9, which you totally had. But okay, there's the nice, perfectly just getting over the edge, Kitty getting the extra procs. Look, the thrives are keeping up.
Yeah,
This orchid man,
there is
orchid
basically
orchard.
no gap.
Yeah, this man
And
trap will good.
if Lerio, if Truzky plays this squirrel, that's 4. Okay, he gets yeah, engine sticking, but Thrive
You
should
know
catch
that-
up. Osrel is a
Yeah,
bit sad to have in this hand because he's only playing for 5, but you're basically playing 5 and to click. So
Yeah.
if absolutely necessary.
Yeah, so I think you click Kitty first, and this is a bit awkward. Because now Kitty doesn't actually proc the thrives, right? Oh no, she does. I can't count by 2. Doesn't get ahead here though,
Yeah,
because there is a tick on the Knight Errant.
Plus has been taken, but yeah, you're happy as Lerio here. Oh, like, you're okay with that, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Sorry.
Of course, you would have been happier to win on even, but
Yeah.
playing
Both
against
these
infused
players-
immortals.
But both these players play Regis in their decks, so winning round 1 means you get to keep your Regis for future use, whereas the opponents, it goes poof, that's 10 provisions down the drain. Also means there's a quite suboptimal Necromancy now in this Knight's list. Bit of a overcosted bronze. I was really hoping we would see like the Ozreal being used offensively to eat the 20 power bronze transformed Regis on the opponent's side of the board, but not to be, unfortunately.
Okay, so scenario somewhere
could be
in the deck now. Oneiromancy is being kept for that. Lerio gets his scenario, but you kind of want a long round, but you cannot have a long round against the Knight scenario.
Yeah, both players want a longer round to do their
Yeah.
shenanigans with scenarios, but
So we need to run a simulation which scenario is better. So Cache is of course a big piece for Lerio. He also played Fisher King, right? So that was a what?
Oneiromancy was
on top, yeah. And the problem with Cache is that you always want Cache in your hand, just like if you are playing him with Garantier. Okay, what do we see here? Regis being dropped.
Regis
Yeah.
point slam, nice.
Long sword, back sword. Arming sword, bastard sword.
This is really hard to catch up in one here for Truzky. Okay, hard
Okay.
double proc mana.
You don't. You just threatened that, forced Truzky to go for Nero into his scenario, and
Yeah,
you run away.
Yeah, I think you're happy to trade scenarios here.
Especially considering, with Amphibious Assault, there are still targets to pick, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Bronwyn and the Cursed Knight here would be a double proc anyways, if really need be. This is kind of a tempting Cursed Damsel click though. Getting rid of the Redanian Knight.
Yeah, we go there. So getting scenario didn't feel like enough.
I mean,
Stand still in the presence of nobility, will ya?
Yeah. Okay. I guess that takes a chunk of points out of Truzky's arsenal.
yeah, and this Ozreal could play.
Let's put 13, why not?
Yeah, but I don't think you get ahead here though, because you have.
Yeah, I don't mean to play Ozreal here, unless the leader also wants to jam the leader.
I mean, it's kind of pointless because with the Bronwyn infusion and the Mad Charge coming out from the scenario, you just need to play a crappy bronze, and that's enough to take the round.
So how would you rate the play Nekker and clicking Damsel in terms of a
look,
trade?
it's good to have the Bronwyn, the bold out, but you did kind of just lose your card advantage. Now, okay. I think they're here. Short round. The Caranthir and Zakashi.
Wait, is there
It's
a
really
Caranthir
difficult.
at all? There is no Caranthir, right? I just made the card up in my mind.
Probably got banished by Mr.
Yeah.
Regis.
Yeah. I was checking. There is a Martyr, so you're not that sad. Although, yeah, it just plays into the reset.
Yeah.
But in
But this-
general,
I mean, yeah, the spores here is huge for Truzky. because between the Aussie and the Montauk, one of them basically just gets dealt with.
So, an answer, and an answer, but does this AA produce enough points? So heat wave.
I mean, the answer is yes, it does. So that,
Can you
I mean, that's just a win for Truzky then.
Yeah, there is no replacement. Toad Prince is unplayable here. And you're basically denying 2 units from Lerio. So Regis, eh? Looked so cute
Yeah,
in
but,
round 2.
I mean, look, if this game goes a bit differently in terms of Regis RNG, maybe it's a different story. But it was not to be. Caranthea got on the wrong side of Regis, so Cache had to stand alone, and eventually gets answered by the Arendai, and then the lava. Yeah, it's one lava, not able to stand tall.
Yeah,
and
close, but
4-point win.
basically every 20-15 point unit you played is getting shut down by a tall punish or reset. So Truzky gets the 3rd win and takes the semi-final number 2. So we got the final ahead of us. Both matches ending 1-3.
Yeah, like that spores was so huge, because if Truzky decides not to take spores in his Knights list, or just doesn't draw the spores in his hand there, just might have gone entirely differently. But very well played there for Truzky, able to dismantle Lerio's lineup of I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit of like so many interesting ideas, but able to navigate and shut down all the interesting ideas.